check this out. I know when buying a home for the first time can be a very stressful process. But that's why it's good to give it a good lender like my buddy Jared Nicholson from Key Mortgage Group. He's so active to educate his borrowers and also let people be aware of their blind spots. This is a good man to make your lifetime lender, to make your process super stress-free, and don't be turned off by the housing process. You can follow him and find him at jnhomeloan.com. So let me spell that out for you. jnhomeloan.com. So tap in with him. Jared NMLS number is 1969744. I repeat that. 1969744.
What's up, y'all? It's Peter Jock here. I'm with Akeem, with his podcast, The Mind with Akeem. We just talking about life, man, and all the stuff that I've been through for community and myself. I'm kind of mad he didn't let me freestyle, but you know what I'm saying? That's for another time, for another episode. Maybe next summer I'll come back and write some rhymes. But, man, pay attention and tune in.
Welcome back to another episode of the Minds with Hakeem podcast. I'm super excited today. I got my brother Peter Jock up here. Say what's up to the people, brother.
Yes, sir, man. What's up, man? Hey, it's been a minute, bro.
Good to see you, brother. It's a blessing. I'm so happy this is happening right now, Jock. I appreciate your time, your patience. I know you're a busy man to come up on, so we do appreciate you, man, and I'm ready to get into this one.
It's all love, bro. All good vibes.
Hey, shout out Good Vibes Yoga, man.
Yes, sir.
Boom. So we're gonna jump right into it. I know a lot of people want to hear from you, so we're gonna pick the brains of Mr. Peter Jock today, everybody, and we're gonna get to it. So let's do it. Icebreaker question: what skill, if you could learn one skill today, what skill would it be, and why would you learn it?
Me personally?
Yep.
I'd probably say be a better ball handler. Because I feel like, if you can handle the ball and shoot like I shoot, the game is way easier. You know what I mean? So just like Steph, he can get anywhere and he can shoot lights out.
He's ridiculous.
It's so hard to get to guard, you know what I mean? So those two are the main skills that a lot of players should trying to work on or trying to get better at. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, he's so like, oh my goodness, y'all will get into later how hard Jock worked, but like the fact that I ask him any random skill in the world and he go to ball handling, I know you always trying to get better, and I know you personally, I've seen it and been in the gym with it, but and before we really kick things off, that's a dope skill though. I apologize for all the in-depth basketball conversation that happened. Like, you gotta understand, this dude understands the game at a different level, and so does myself. So if you get lost in the basketball conversation, become a fan and learn, or just ask more questions. But I do apologize in advance for that because we finna get into it.
Yes, sir.
But man, take us to the beginning, Jock. I want to know just your journey to the States and how did you adjust to that coming into the States, and how old were you?
We came here in 2003. I think we were about 8 or 9. We came
from
mostly from Uganda. We came from Uganda.
Okay.
So I'm originally from South Sudan, but before we came to America, we lived in Uganda, and we came here as refugees through a church in Des Moines, and
how old were you when you got here?
I think 8 or 9. It was 2003, so I think it was probably 9.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came here mostly for better living and education. You know what I mean? So we didn't even know anything about basketball, bro. Like, I was a soccer player. So when we got here, the crazy funny story is when we first got here, it was snowing. And I think it was
I can just imagine coming from.
It was a snowstorm, bro. So we get off the plane and it snowed everywhere, and I was wondering like, what's going on? It's cold, like I'm not used to the cold, especially where I lived at. So when our grandma picked us up from the airport, we were walking outside, and there's just snow all over the place. So I'm thinking like, I asked her, I say, "Is this ice cream?" You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking it's ice cream. So I picked it up. I tried to taste it, and it was nothing. I was like, "Grandma, like, is it what's going on here?" Yeah, and I was cool. Yeah. I say, is this ice cream? And she's like, no, it's snow. I'm like, what is snow? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm used to rain and sun. So, yeah, that was the first.
Ain't no snow.
Nah.
That's crazy. Like, the moment y'all get here.
Snowstorm, matter of fact, I think.
So, what was bigger for you at that age, at that time? Adjusting to the weather or adjusting to the language?
No, it was easy the weather because we spoke English before we got here. We spoke British English.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, adjusting to the American English, it wasn't as hard.
Mm-hmm.
So we understood most of this stuff. So I definitely said adjusting to the weather because it was cold, bro. I was not ready for that.
So you mentioned you didn't know anything about basketball. You was a soccer player, and I laughed because I kind of know a backstory about when you. So you mentioned you didn't know anything about the game yet. Mm-hmm. What was it about basketball when you picked it up? Because I know your first time picking up the rock.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience first. What that was like.
The first time I picked up the rock, because Dow used to always go to the YMCA. So he used to always walk, because we lived on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
So he always walked to the YMCA to hoop and go outside the gym, not the gym, but outside we have outside the courts,
mm-hmm.
outside courts, and he used to go hoop all the time. He used to tell me come play, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'd rather go play with my friends and play video game, Nintendo 64 and all that. So one time I was bored, my friends had something, because they had something to do, so I just went out there and trying to hoop. But I picked that ball up. Air ball. I promise, bro. After that, I went back home.
Bro,
I went back home.
It's crazy to hear the stories, because I met you when I came here in college. Yeah. It's crazy to hear the stories about how terrible a basketball player you were, and then because I saw you initially when you was on your way to Iowa. I'm like, okay, he's right. Yeah. But like, that's funny, bro. Like. Yeah, that shows how hard was that transition, getting the knowledge in the game, man. Who do you thank for your game?
Funny story is when we went to elementary school, and most of my friends played Metro basketball. So when they were playing during the season, I didn't really have nobody to hang out with. So they told me they joined the team, and I didn't want to, but at the end of the day I was too bored. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So when I went to try it, I just showed up to practice, didn't do anything. I'm just running up and down. And then I remember my first official game in 6th grade, and fifth grade. I got coach put me in. I got a rebound, ran to the other side of the court without dribbling, and threw it off the backboard.
Hold up, now hold up. We're gonna stay there. Cause that was the one that killed me the most.
Yeah.
Did the ref call travel?
I didn't hear him.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So threw it off the backboard, and everybody's laughing at me. And I see the whole other teammates laughing. I look at my team, they laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm not playing anymore.
I'm done, bro.
I'm done. So funny, Mike Nixon, who's my guardian now, he had an AAU team called the Riders. It was Peter, his son, and like a bunch of his friends around Des Moines area.
Shout out to Nixon, good people.
Facts. So him and his assistant coach, I think they came to watch that game, and he hit up my mom. Well, he talked to my coach first, and he wanted me to play for him. And I was like, I'm not gonna play. Like, I don't want to play because everybody laughing at me. So he talked to my mom. My mom said, go try it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I went to play for his AAU team. Yeah. And first practice, bro, I was terrible. They were all better than me, bro. Everybody was better than me.
Were you bigger than everybody?
I was bigger. Yeah, I was Yao compared to everybody. And
that's why they wanted you to play.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted me to rebound, and So
they saw it.
Yeah. So I was like, after first practice, Mike took us to McDonald's. So I went back home. My mom said, "Did you like it?" And I said, "Nah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back." So she said, "Go try it again. You never know."
Yeah.
I go back. Mike took us to McDonald's again, and then I told her the third time. I said, "You know what? I'm gonna stay on the team." Mostly because of McDonald's. I didn't want to play basketball.
Yeah.
What I mean? So
the food was good.
Yeah, it was cool. So I stayed in on the team and pretty much just played for McDonald's. And then Mike sat me down one time, and he said he sees a lot of potential in me, and he pretty much showed me and told me how I can go to college for free to where my mom ain't got to pay, and then have a chance to play at the pro level to where I can, help out my family and make money playing basketball. And he's like, it's up to you. You can keep coming and not put in the work, or you can really take this serious, earn a scholarship, and then go play pro somewhere. You know what I mean? So after that conversation, it was in 6th grade. After that conversation, I came in early, stayed in afterwards. Me and Peter Nixon, you know, we put in the work together. We played 1-on-1 before, after. He used to make me play 2-on-1. 2-on-1. And then by 8th grade, I was number one player in the country. And then, yeah, you know, the rest is history.
Wait, so yeah, like we're in the same class, and when that name popped up in the 8th grade, 2 years to become the number one player in the country, that's crazy. Because like we was big into that in Houston area, from where I'm from. When I was like Peter Jock, I'm like, man, he trash. I'm not gonna lie, brother. I said, man, and it's crazy how life come full circle, because I was having an in-depth conversation about this guy, and I never didn't know him at all. Didn't know him at all. But that is amazing, bro, to become the number one player. You were literally the number one player in class of 2013, 8th grade year. I'm like, who in the hell is this? Like, how did that feel when that ranking dropped?
You know, it was crazy because my first offer was in 7th grade. And
what school?
I think with Marquette. Marquette offered me. And then when all the ranking come out and my teammates saying, you know, you're the number one player in the country. And I didn't really have any feeling. I didn't know. I didn't really pay attention to all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And media was young.
Yeah, media wasn't like today.
Super young. We was MySpace picking songs.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Top 5. But
yeah,
bro. So everybody's like, yeah, you're number one player in the country. And then we went to NY to LA. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Went to that tournament, and I remember the owner of that was one of the people who named me number one player in the country, and I remember him trying to have me do all this extra stuff with like cameras and and all that stuff. And he was like, I remember him saying like, you better make me proud because I made you number one player in the country and for my on my website. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't care, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when he was trying to have me do this stuff for like for magazines and stuff, Mike Nixon didn't let that happen. And I didn't understand until now or till later that he wanted me to just focus, you know what I mean? He didn't want me to get distracted by all this other stuff. And the good thing, one thing about Mike is during those AU days, he really taught us lessons. And it was like, it's not just about basketball. He's trying to teach us about off the court stuff, life, you know what I mean? So if I was failing the class or had a D, I didn't travel. Yeah, so
and that was Mike's rule.
Yeah.
You know
and
what?
It was for the whole team.
You know what? I need you to get Mike on the podcast because I've met him a few times and I've heard so much like wisdom based things.
Yeah.
Like just hearing what you're saying about him now, I want to speak to Mike. So
well,
me get him on my show, please.
That's gonna be tough, but you know he might.
Because I was talking to Peter about it. His son. Pete's best friend, about Mike, and he was like, first I'll have to explain to him what a podcast is.
Old school.
So yeah, we need Mike on there. Before we transition out of your adolescence though, it's crazy how your rise to fame at that point in time in our lives happened so fast. What was what is the biggest like challenge you had dealing with all of that? Number one ranking and what was the biggest challenge you had here in Des Moines?
So when I say earlier, first time I heard it, I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And then once I got to high school in 9th grade, like I was pretty much in the newspaper, you know, every coach in the country used to come 6 a.m. to watch our open gym. So I started getting big-headed and started getting my pride, my ego, and I wasn't really listening to a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I was thinking like, well, I'm the one player in the country. So since now I'm thinking back to what Mike said, so I'm thinking I'm about to go to college for free, and then I'm going to NBA. You know what I mean? And because I was
Mike's a visionary.
I was number one player, and he, you know, he always sits me down and talks to me about stuff because how I gotta stay humble. Yeah. And I hurt my knee my freshman year. Oh. Yeah. Do you want me to start talking about that? We was gonna talk about it later.
No, go ahead.
So I hurt my knee at a Nike camp my freshman year in college, and already I felt like I had my whole path written out. Like I thought I was gonna go to college. I'm not gonna say where, and then I'm gonna go to NBA, this and that. But you know, I'm a big man of faith. Everything happened for a reason, right? So through that time, I'm like, God gave me a test, and He hurt my. I not hurt my knee, but He made me he humbled me.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I had all this stuff. I feel like
everything
I could
was
listen
going
to
your
everybody,
way.
everything going my way, and then God was like, yo, you gotta relax.
I'm in control.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I feel like him hurting me back then it wasn't, but now I feel like it's a blessing because I learned from it so much, and it kind of I kind of stepped back, and now I'm trying to think about, okay, how did I get here?
Yeah.
And what's my goal? You know what I mean, in the long run. And through that, man, I went through some dark years. I mean, through some dark times when I was hurt, when I hurt my knee, because I went from every school in the country wanted me to come play for them, to them saying, well, now we gotta wait for you to be 100% before we offer you again.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I feel like everybody just left me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
MySpace was booming. You know what I mean? Facebook was booming.
Yeah.
That's like Twitter and Instagram now.
That's coming now. Yeah. Now.
Yeah. So
you get that real hype, and then it's just nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So through that time, you know, Mike, Peter, my mom, my brother, the closest people, and like even Julian. All my coaches, they coached me through
at Kingdom, right?
Yeah, Jake Sullivan, most of the people, and even Lefty Moore. Those are the people who kind of helped me. You know what I mean? My family had my back, and they trying to tell me to stay positive, keep working, and my faith. Because during that time, you know, I'm Catholic. I used to go to church every Sunday, and then through when I was getting hyped up and all that stuff, I stopped really going to church. So when I heard
a lot of contact.
Yeah, when I got hurt, you know, I kind of stepped back and then start talking, because I had a lot of alone time. So, you know, so I talk to God and stuff, and everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean? Everybody got he pretty much had a plan for me, and he felt like I was going the wrong direction.
Because you was on your plan, but
exactly.
he was like, okay, no, we actually
he had a plan for me, but
gotta do this.
Felt like I was going the wrong direction, so he kind of had to humble me to step back and then go from there.
Absolutely. So I want to talk to you about, just like you mentioned all the people in your corner, but particularly I wanted to talk to you about Jake. How important was it to have a guy like Jake, who's dealt with pros, who played at high levels, be around you during that time of your injury and that space you was in? Because I know that's not a good space to be in when you're hurt and you feel like your life's gone. So how important was Jake in your corner?
I mean, he was pretty important, bro. Because like you say, he played at Iowa State. He been through most of the stuff that I was going to go through.
He was around Harrison for a little bit too, right?
Yeah, so, through that time, but, you know, I used to hate Jake. And on the court, not off the court.
As a coach?
On the court, I used to hate Jake. Because
he used to run with you?
No. He was my coach.
Okay. As your coach, right? As your coach, you
as my coach,
okay. I copy you. I wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. I hated Jake because the way he coached me, and I didn't realize until later that he was pushing me to reach my potential.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he used to yell at me. You know what I mean? And I didn't know until later, but when he yelled at me, I played some of my best games. And he always challenged me, bro. Like, he always challenged me. All the hype, he didn't care about it. You know what I mean? He used to have me. Him and Julian made me play one. Like, when I go in and play the point, and then when I come back, go in, they would make me play the 2 or 3. Every time they challenged me to play a different position, even the center. So, but later on when I got to college, and we're gonna talk about that later. I was cool with Coach McCaffrey because Jake was like that to me. Yeah.
You already knew the vibe.
Yeah, but you know, Jake was also a man of faith, and I used to go over and hang out at their crib, and we just have a lot of talks too. So he was one of them. He was important. He was important there for sure.
That's good, man, because I know Jake has seen talent come to this state. Not only himself, Jake has seen talent. So that's I kind of wanted to pick your brains. But now, let's get to Iowa though. You kind of briefly mentioned it. Yeah. Why Iowa?
Oh man!
And I asked this, for this reason: being from Texas, we wasn't that clingy to our colleges.
Yeah.
Coming out here, going to my school out here, going to Grandview, bro, it would be people at my school with Iowa State, Iowa shirts on. I'm like, wait, they for real about this?
Diehards.
So why Iowa?
Man, so like I said earlier, bro. I had every school in the country, right? And my brother Dow always told me this through that when I was going through that process, and he said, "How they recruit you is how they gonna treat you." So when I got hurt, and a lot of school went back and was trying to wait till I came back.
It disappeared.
But I was one of the teams especially shout out to Kirk, Coach Kirk. You know what I mean? Because he's the one that recruited me through the whole process, and he was always talking to me throughout the whole process. He said I think he convinced the coaches that I'll come back to play I am before I got hurt. So they were recruiting me through that process. You know, he used to talk to me, check in on me, how you doing, like, and you know, he's a good friend of Mike too. So he's one of the main reasons why I went to Iowa, because he stayed loyal, and our family.
That's respect.
Our family is about loyalty. You know what I mean?
That's respect. So that's why Iowa.
Yeah, and then also, you play better when you're comfortable. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And when your coach is in your corner, it's extremely important.
So I felt like if I went to Iowa and it's close to home, my family can come watch every time, and I grew up here in Iowa. You know what I mean? I can play. I'll probably play my best because I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Instead of going to a different state, man, where you miss your family, and sometimes you go because you're going by yourself as a student athlete by yourself. So you're gonna live there by yourself. So the only people you're gonna be around or you can trust is the coaches who recruited you and the coaches, and then your teammates. It's lonely. Yeah. So, but right here, you know, a lot of people knew me, and my family can come up hour and a half away, drive, come see me. You had a ton of friends at your game. Yeah, too. exactly. So it came down to I went to some other schools, but I just decided to go to Iowa mainly because of those. Okay. And
I know you mentioned Coach Caffrey already. Can you give the Iowa fans the biggest lesson you learned from Coach McCaffrey?
Man, one thing I love about Coach McCaffrey is he gonna get your back regardless. Once you get on campus, at least in my experience personally, you know, he treated me like his son. I went through some stuff that a lot of coaches would let me go. You know what I mean? So, but he had my back through the whole time. I got to get really close with him and his family. And through my 4 years at Iowa, he kind of reminded me like Coach Jake Sullivan. Where he was pushing me. He was challenging me. And after my junior year, he pretty much said, I want you to be the leading scorer in the Big Ten. And in practice, he pushed me every day, bro. Since my freshman year when I first got there. I got on campus, and I'm an offensive player. And, you know what I mean? So I'm scoring. We went overseas to play, travel overseas and play overseas teams. And I was second leading scorer on the team. So I'm thinking like, okay, when I come back, I'm about to just play a lot. Go crazy. I might start, you know what I mean? I didn't know. But when I came back, he said, Big Ten is different. Like, if you don't learn how to play defense, you're not going to play. So when I wasn't playing in the beginning, I was playing because one of our older guys were hurt. But once he came back, I kind of went back on the bench. But he always talked to me like, this is what you need to do if you want to play. So I started guarding Devin Marble. And that's how, you know what I mean, because he was out. He was tough. Yeah, he was probably the best offensive player we had. So started guarding him in practice, trying to get better defensively. But, you know, he's a family guy. What people see on TV and him screaming and all that stuff is just to get us hype and trying to get us trying to get us to play. Play harder. He's bro. He's so competitive. Like he wants to win. So when he feel like we're not competing, he'll start yelling and trying to have us start competing harder. You know what I mean? So that's what he does. But off the court, bro, he's a family guy. Bro, he loves his kid and his players.
That's good to hear. Because I think you can get, especially in the media, you can get misunderstood about what type of people these coaches are. Yeah. To get that backstory, I think is good, not only for the school, but for coaches as well. So I appreciate that. Give us your best memory on the court at Iowa.
Jeez. Man, that's tough.
I know it's a lot of them, but we just need the best one.
I'll probably say my junior year. We played Michigan State at home when they was number one, and we smacked them. But the media, like we was talking about, saying, we only beat them because Denzel Valentine wasn't playing. So
I hope he watched this episode. He does.
So the whole time, everybody, that year, bro, we only believe in ourselves. Like we didn't care about the outside noise. We didn't care about what the fans, even sometimes what the coaches said. We always in that group, we had a bunch of good chemistry and a bunch of good leaders.
Y'all was tight.
Yeah, we were really tight, and we had great leaders. So we just always cared, no matter what the situation we were in, we stayed together. So we go to East Lansing, and the game was like the revenge game because they say we beat them because they didn't have Denzel when they were number one. So we get there, it's loud, before, like probably an hour and a half before the game.
Mm-hmm.
The fans out of their student section, and we started to warm up. So one thing about Michigan State, bro, when you warming up and they're outside and they're warming up too, they play great music, like bangers.
Oh, okay. They come with the heat.
But once they go in, they're playing Teletubbies.
For y'all,
they're playing Teletubbies.
They
like
throwing
all
your
the
rhythm
kids,
on.
yeah, all the kid stuff. So, anyways, we thought we kind of took it personal, and then we go in, we come out.
That's funny.
I remember, and then coach put me on Denzel, but first, I think it was first play, I was guarding him, and he ran the baseline, and I got hit by a screen so hard, I almost got knocked out. So I still chase him, my head's ringing. I close out, he hit a three. And I remember what he said because it triggered me. He said, "It's gonna be a long night for you, Pete." So when he said that,
okay,
at halftime, I think I had 16 or 18 points, and we was up by over 10. So
I got the
man. So he kind of he triggered me, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, let's go, let's play."
How many you finished with?
20. I don't remember, 20 something. Yeah, 20 something.
Did y'all get the dub?
And we smacked him more than the first time. So that was a great memory, bro. But that year we had a lot of great memories as a team. So yeah.
That's dope, bro. Like I'm hard on Denzel Valentine, so I ain't gonna even go in. But like I love that memory. I'm so happy that's your best memory, bro.
Yeah,
I think people appreciate that insider too of him. Cause that to me, coming up as a hooper, that's the best part.
Yeah,
is the talking, bro. It's everything. Like when you walk in the building, you have to set that tone, bro. And I know, especially in your position, you had to do that in some of the biggest arenas in the world. Yeah. So that's important. I was just listening to KG tell a story on All the Smoke about how Gary Payton controlled the whole arena. He said Gary was controlling his coach, their coach, the referee, and the ball, and the whole front row of the fan section at the same time. He got them all on command. I was like, yeah.
Very different.
I would like to say I've done something like that, but I know exactly, as a hooper, I know exactly what Garnett was getting at, like his effect in the gym.
Thanks.
Yo, this is Juwan Hakeem here with the Minds with Hakeem podcast, sharing an Iowa-based nonprofit, Jonathan House International. We have JHI's director with us today, here to share their mission statement.
Our mission statement at JHI is walking with communities to bring spiritual and physical transformation.
Now tell us a little bit more about what you guys do at JHI.
At JHI, we support international missions being led by local people. We support them through their operations, spiritual development, and economic development projects.
Now, how can the Minds with Hakeem community support you guys and stand behind you?
There's a few different ways to get involved. You can become a sponsor either of a child, support one of our leaders working in different countries, volunteer with us, really anything that you feel like you have a gift to give. We want to receive it, and we want to help others with that.
Now tell us how the Minds with Hakeem community can financially support JHI.
Even starting with as little as $5 makes a huge impact on our organization and those that we sponsor. Every little bit helps, and we just want to invite you to walk with us as we walk with communities. Nice. Now, last but not least, tell us where we can locate you guys and how can we get in contact with y'all. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our website at jonathanshouseintl.org. Let's jump to the pro level. So we still in the thick of this. So just coming out of college, going into the professional sport, what was the biggest learning curve for you? Like, what was like, okay, this is different?
I think the number one thing once you become a pro is finding the right agent. Because, that agent business is kind of shaky.
It's weird.
Yeah,
part of the reason I'm retired.
Yeah, it's kind of shaky, bro. And you also got to do your homework. Because unless you're a first-round pick or a lottery pick, you don't want to go with those big agencies. Because at the end of the day, they just worry about who's going to make them a lot of money.
They pushing the bread.
Yeah, so most of the time, if you went undrafted or late in second half, they might put you in a good situation, but not what's best situation for you. You know what I mean? It's what's best for them, for the agency. So that's one of the biggest things that I had to go through in finding the agent, because this is my third agency. So yeah.
So do Do you like that business is, well, it's always in there, but as a kid, we so naive to it. We just working and hooping.
Yeah.
Do you respect and like the business aspect of basketball, or you just rather hoop?
No. I mean, like you said, as a kid, you just want to hoop.
Exactly.
As you grow, you want to learn more about that side of business. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's politics and everything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But especially in the sports too. But once you understand, especially if you're playing overseas, once you understand the political side, now you can kind of move how you want to move, and you can, you know what I mean. So, but that was definitely one of the things that I struggle with. And then the other thing is probably the pace of the game. You know what I mean? Because there's grown men, they got kids. So you coming out.
I say they got kids.
So you coming out of college. You coming out of college, but you a kid
again.
You know what I mean? So
for real.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why it takes some time, and that's every level though. You go from middle school to high school to college.
Yeah.
It's the pace of the game is always going to change.
So different.
It's going to take time to adjust to it.
Absolutely.
So I'll probably say those are main two that
It's crazy. I got two backstories real quick on that one. In the last month, I just found out why I didn't play my junior year in high school because of politics. And as a kid, I just found out the person who I used to literally destroy every day. I think he watches this show. He know who he is. I literally destroyed him every day in practice and was loud about it. Yeah. And I just found out his dad is still a politician in the city right now. Yeah. So he had to play over me, and he was 1 year older than me. Yeah. He was terrible.
Yeah, and the other thing too, bro, and like you said with the politics stuff, you might be the better player in a team, but if you're not doing if you're not playing your role,
absolutely,
you know what I mean. You can be the best player in the team, but if the coaches or the GM or anybody wants you to play a certain role, if you don't do that, they're gonna let go of you, or they're gonna replace you with somebody else.
Man. And coaches have favorites. Yeah. Like I done been coaches' favorites before, and I done been coaches' most hated. It's just like as simple as in the more context for a person who don't follow the sport as strong as us. If me and Jock's on the same team, Jock's clearly the better player, but the coach think I'm the better player. If Jock overstepping his boundaries, he's cooked. I'm good. I'm good. Even though in my heart of hearts, I know, he might be the best player on the team. But it doesn't matter what I think. The coach got the power, and I think that's a tough job for coaches because it's hard for them to not have that favorite. Like every coach I ever played for had a favorite. Every coach. So,
but at the next level too, though, it's not all on the coaches. You know what I mean? There's higher ups, and whatever they say goes. You know what I mean? So if the GM say something, you got to the coach. They have to do it. So I mean, I've been in situations since I became a pro where the higher ups say somebody else had to play. Yeah, and you can't nothing you can do about it.
It's done.
Yeah, so
it's done. If I'm in a certain NBA player corner, you're not, but you're better. I touch the floor. I get the opportunity before you. I'm not saying you never get yours, but I'm getting it first.
Exactly.
And I hate that. That's the biggest part I hate about the games because when I just want to go out and hoop, bro. Yes, bro. So you played in the NBA for a while, and now you've been overseas. In what country again?
I played in France.
Spain. In France and Spain.
Yeah.
This fly is killing me. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta kill him. The fly, y'all. What league would you say you learned the most in? I know you learned a lot in both, but what overseas or NBA you took the most learning?
Like as a basketball player or as a person?
As a person. As a person.
I'll probably say overseas because in NBA, like we grew up watching NBA, so we know how they play, we know the kind of lifestyle they live, and so, but we don't know much about overseas, the lifestyle and all how they play over there. So I'll probably say playing overseas, I learned a lot, and that's where I learned most of my lessons. Because I mean, like when you go overseas, you're there for 10 months. And the basketball is different, it's kind of slower, and there's not a lot of space. There's no 3 seconds.
It's more physical too,
and it's more team than individual, than entertainment. And then off the court, as a person, you miss all the holidays. So you don't see your family unless you're married and got kids out there. You out there by yourself, pretty much in the other side of the world, and you barely see your family. So you're there by yourself. You get. To be honest, especially me personally too, like I've gotten numb to so much stuff because I'm never here and I never celebrate them. You know what I mean? And celebrating even Christmas somewhere that far, when not with your family, it's not the same feeling.
It's not the same.
Yeah, so I would definitely say overseas.
And I want to add on to that too, because like in my experience, when I first landed overseas, I knew like the teammates on my team that didn't like Americans.
Oh yeah,
and like you got to deal with that as an American, because I know some of us go over there and be complete jerks.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I know him and him don't like me. So I'm going to treat them really, really kind. Yeah. And at the end of the season, we kind of talked about it. That was a big shift for me, is just like going over there and not trying to be that loud-ass American. It was to go over there and just follow the flow. That fly is getting the best of it. Follow the flow of these people. And the weirdest thing was having people follow me around in the mall. I don't like that. I do not.
Yeah, well, it's different basketball. And like you said, with the teammates, there's a lot of teammates who are from that country, and then you come in, you get all the more money than
some
all of them.
Don't care.
Yeah,
some
you know
don't
what I mean?
care for you.
So they and you have to stay professional, because if you do anything stupid, it's gonna come back on you.
Got to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to stay professional through that whole thing, and then just do your job. It's a job at the end of the day. So
at the end of the day, it's a for real job.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Overseas you learn a lot. I was over there for my short 1 year tenure, and it was a culture shock. I couldn't even imagine all the stuff you've been through. So far, give us your best professional memory.
Man, I've been in some weird situations in my pro so far, bro.
Haven't been the best fits.
I'd probably say my best pro memory is my first year in France. We went there. I was playing on a smaller team, and we were picked last, but somehow we ended up having a great chemistry and playing good, and we didn't really care about individual stats, because most of the time when you're over there, a lot of players care about their own
especially
stats.
Americans.
Yeah,
we got to get it. Like, are you getting sent home?
Yeah, but the Americans we pretty much played for each other.
Okay.
And then we ended up finishing top 6 and ended up going to Champions League. And next year, everybody got great jobs. You know what I mean? So I probably say, and then also the relationship that I had that year with some of the guys that I met, I still talk to them until this day. So
they're gonna be teammates forever.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I probably say that's probably my favorite memory.
That season, you always know when you got that special season.
Yeah,
like you know it, like from day one.
Yeah,
special seasons don't just happen like in the middle of the year. You work all summer, and as a pro, it's so hard to work all summer.
Yeah,
because you got no boss.
Yeah.
You are your boss. So unless your agent is tracking you down, like nobody wants that. Yeah. But switching gears here, how important is growth to Peter Jock in anything?
I think growth is very important, bro. I think you grow through learning, through experience, and going through experience, that's good and bad, and you go through both sides. So to me, every situation that I've been in so far only helped me become a better man, a better person, a better brother, a better friend. You know what I mean? And absolutely. I'm still learning, and I've made a lot of mistakes, still making mistakes, and I'm going to keep making mistakes. But as long as I'm learning and moving on, become a better person, especially for myself, that means a lot. And then through experience, like I said, once you learn, a lot of people think you learn through bad experience, because you're gonna think like you're not gonna repeat those bad stuff. But I feel like you learn through good experience too, because now that you went through it, you can give back to the next generation. You know what I mean? So everything that I'm going through, that I've learned from, I want to give back to whoever the next generation or whoever wants the knowledge. You know what I mean? So I just want to keep going, bro. It's tough. You're gonna go through ups and downs, but as long as, like I said earlier, I'm a man of faith, and everything happened for a reason. God made a plan for you. So as long as you just stick and control what you can control, everything gonna take care of itself, because God got it. You know,
life continue to be the greatest teacher.
Yeah, bro. And everybody go through dark and light. So just stay in your own pace and just control what you can control, and you'll be good, man. And
we was talking about something offset, and I want to give you this opportunity to help the community. We was talking about just the state of DeWan right now with the youth. especially in the African community
Yeah.
that has moved here. What would you say to those young brothers right now who probably just making poor choices?
Man, it's tough, bro. Cause you know, when you feel like life's not going where you want to go, that's what you ended up going, hanging out with the wrong crowd or doing the drugs, and I feel like as a community we need to come together and help each other, because I feel like the kids, especially in the African community, we have a lot of pride and ego. So when we're going through some stuff, we don't like to reach out. But a lot of kids, I feel they need to know that there's people out here who want to help you. And with me, everything that I've been through, I didn't do it by myself. I had other people help out, and I knew I had those opportunities. So I reached out for help and hung out with the right group of friends, because you are who you hang out with. So if you want to head in the right direction and be successful, hang out with those people who are heading that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying not have fun, because you're going to have fun, but know what comes first and stay in that. You know what I mean?
Know your big picture.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah. And then also, you know, with mental health, man, mental health is real, and everybody go through it. Even me personally, I've been through it. You know what I mean? I went through some dark stages, even through my pro career. You know what I mean? I've got to a point where I'm like questioning about basketball. You know what I mean? And do I want to keep playing? Why am I playing? But the thing that keeps pushing me is my family. Why am I here? And then God, you know what I mean? Because like I said earlier, God got your back. You know what I mean? So he already got a plan for you, but now he's going to set you up into a situation to test you and to prepare you for what's to come. So, you know what I mean? If you just keep doing what you're doing, your blessing's going to come sooner or later.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
we got hand claps for that, Marquis. What a whip. No, that's good. I think it's really good for people who respect you, because you are well respected in this city and all over the world. I believe everywhere you go, you're respected. I think it's good for them to hear that you even you struggle. Yeah. Because, you know, you've been such a strong guy for the community since the 6th grade, 7th grade, when you first started getting your buzz everywhere. These people here knew. Yeah. So I think it's important for them to hear that you struggle too. Yeah. And you work through things and process things like a regular human, because people put people like yourself on these pedestals, and you're like, no, I'm actually really good at basketball, but I'm actually really human. Yeah. Like, that's good for people to see that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, everybody, that's why I hang out. I'll be chill when I come back. You know what I mean? Trying to hang out, trying to go see different places, hang out with the kids, and hang out with different communities, you know what I mean? Because, like you say, basketball, and I think I remember talking to Julian, because basketball is what you do. You know what I mean? And I think he said that.
It's not who you are.
Yeah, exactly. But me personally, bro, I'm a community guy. And I want to help out so much. And I had stuff planned out for this summer, but I didn't know how I was going to work with COVID. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Moving on, I want to, I'm going to bring back my camps next summer.
Need that.
Yeah, trying to do more. Because
Let Just Work run it. Huh? Let Just Work run it.
Oh, yeah, come on, he is.
Yeah, exactly. So, we need that camp back.
We definitely need it, bro. And I want to do it for everybody. And I want to give everybody the knowledge that I learned, because I'm a kid from Des Moines who got the place that I am right now. And I want everything that I learned through my whole career and through the whole process, I want to give back to the next generation. So I want to bring that back. And it's like what y'all doing too, the good vibes, you know what I mean? It's great, man.
It's my people, man.
Yeah, you guys are doing really good stuff for the community, and that's who our community is. We help each other. And I think the other thing with the kids is, back in the day, before you even got here, there was a lot of open gyms for kids. Like, you can just go there for free.
I hear about them.
So
I hear about them runs.
Yeah, and that's what kept a lot of kids off the streets and doing the dumb stuff. So, but now,
they're lost in the media world.
Yeah, exactly. Social media, bro. The world is ran by social media right now.
They're gone.
You know what I mean? They're brainwashed.
Not saying they can't come back, but
they're brainwashed.
Now, they gone.
Yeah, they're brainwashed, bro. And they just, whatever they see that's cool on social media or trending, they want to do that.
Absolutely.
Even though it's fake. You know what I mean? Because I've been there, bro. I hung out with celebrities, and all this stuff they see on TV is fake. Like, bro, you know what I mean? So
I wish they knew that. Like, I tell, especially my people I work with a lot, I see too many people dressing like Lil Durk every weekend. And no disrespect to Lil Durk, because he got that money. Yeah. That's not it, people. I mean,
bro.
I don't want to go at nobody, but That's just the truth. Like you're right. Like they whatever trending, they eating it up.
It's sad,
and
bro.
they're playing on our psychology.
Just want to be cool, bro. That's why, man, and that's why we need people in the community to help them learn that. Cause I mean, we from Des Moines, bro. Des Moines is not. It's not like West Coast, where it's normal. So you see celebrities, you know what I mean. You see what they go through and all that stuff. But here, everything they see is on social media, and they want to follow that trend.
Pick it up.
But that's not how it is, bro. Like, it's sad, bro.
Yeah, I wanna do some work with you. I'm working with 2 other brothers on the school drive. I think we're gonna need your help before you leave. I know you're getting out of here soon.
Yeah.
We got Peter Jock on the camera today. Any other questions while we got Peter Jock squad? Like, cause I got a few. I know Luke probably had one. What you got, Luke? Okay. Yeah, we got Peter Jock here today. He got nothing. Shout out Just Work Training.
It's word.
So before, and you talked a lot about community. Like I love that. That's the kind of talk I like. But what other interests? What other beside hoop that Peter Jock like to do? Like what does normal Pete like to do?
Yeah, like I say, bro, with the community, and most of the year, besides this year and last year, because of the pandemic and this stuff, every time that I come back, even when I was at Iowa, I like to visit like elementary schools, middle schools, go back to high school, Valley. Just to like show my face, you know what I mean, share stories, talk to the kids. So I like being involved in that, and then also, you know, my brother has a Do Jock Foundation, and you know what I mean, helping kids back in Africa, and you know what I mean. So I want to get more involved in that, and I have been involved in that, and we're gonna pick it back up. So that's something I'm really interested in it. And then, but besides that, bro, I just be chilling, like you know, I just really watch movies, play video games. Hang out, work out with just work, you know what I mean? So
y'all been in the gym heavy.
Yeah.
I know you've been in the weight room and doing yoga. All that is important.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to talk about that too, bro.
Yeah.
And other thing that I didn't learn until later was taking care of your body, because health is wealth. You know what I mean? And
yes, it is.
When you're young, you can go out. You ain't even got to stretch. Go play, eat McDonald's, go play
all
right
day.
away. But
16 hours straight.
Once you get to college, if you don't know how to take care of your body, you're not gonna perform as well as you should.
Ooh.
And it took me 2 years to learn that. And my first year I was eating McDonald's, and second year, that's when second year I learned that if you take care of your body and if you eat right and sleep right, sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. After my sophomore year, and I learned all that stuff. Doing yoga, taking care of myself, going to sleep early. That's when my junior year and senior year, that's when I turned tough. You know what I mean?
Summer year of college, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then as a pro, as you go a pro, you like you say, you're your own boss in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. You can turn up all summer. You can take care of your body. But you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's important, bro.
How important is it for you to be on the schedule?
So it's really important because my whole life, you work through a schedule.
Basketball schedule.
Yeah, it's a schedule.
Tough.
Yeah, but and it's funny because when I first got back, first 3 weeks I wasn't doing anything. I felt lost. You know
no
what I mean?
structure.
Yeah, I have no structure because I'm so used to structure. But once you get a structure, and that's how you change who you want to be, especially on the court. So if you have a structure, goals, write them goals down. Have one of your friends help you out to hold you accountable.
I think you just jumped into the final question I have
for
you. It's what message do you have for a kid, girl or boy or girl, that wants to be the next Peter Jock or wants to be the next GOAT of the game, you would say?
I mean, just be the next you. You know what I mean? Work in your game, and it goes back to what I said earlier when the first question you asked about the one ability that I want to learn, and especially ball handling. Everybody want to be Steph now, but not anybody can be Steph. You know what I mean? So work on your game, and the main two things is ball handling and shooting, because at any level, and especially now, you're getting paid to shoot the ball. You know what I mean? You can dunk, but once you get to the next level, you're not gonna be able to just dunk like every time, like Brian. You know what I mean? So if you work on your game early, which is ball handling and shooting, everybody want to work on bounce now. Everybody want to just dunk all the time. And the first thing kids ask, can you dunk? You don't get paid to dunk. You know what I mean? So
you can.
Who?
You can.
Who?
Who?
Who get paid to just dunk?
Vince Carter was getting paid to just dunk. Sean Kemp was getting paid to just dunk.
Wow.
But that's not.
We're not gonna get into it.
But that's not in the times right now. The league has definitely changed. Like right now, it's shooting and dribbling. Like if you're not,
I feel like even people who don't know anything about basketball are not gonna agree with you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo get paid to dunk. Good call out, John Luke.
Wow.
But okay, I guess Giannis get paid to shoot now. Okay, talk to me, Pete.
Wow. Hey, you act like Giannis can't dribble, and you act like he can't play defense. He can't rebound.
For sure.
But not
what
everybody.
Does he do best?
But not everybody is 6'11" and got.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But what does he do best, John?
Score.
He's stubborn, Luke. He's stubborn. I told you that.
But listen though, besides Giannis, who else?
Zaza.
Who?
Zion. Sorry, my bad. He's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Bro, they're not getting paid to dunk, bro.
Zion's getting paid to dunk.
They're not getting paid to dunk. They're paid for what they do. They're freak athletes.
Exactly.
I mean, freak athletes out
there. Russ. What you want to see Russ do? Shoot the three or dunk? Talk to me.
You act like Russ got no mid range. You act like he can't dribble.
He lost it and got it back, but
see, we going out the way, bro. Let's bring it back.
My bad. Message for the kids.
That's what happened when we talking about basketball.
I apologize about that before we even got going.
Yeah, we ain't get to debate, man.
But I did. To the goats. My bad, y'all. My brain fart. Marquis threw me off. How you doing, Derek? But yeah, I love the fact that you said you would allow people you want them first and foremost to be themselves.
Yeah.
And also just the work ethic and stuff like that.
Yeah, be yourself, work, let people help you around you, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people who want to help, so don't try to do everything by yourself, man. Just trying to get as much help as you can from other people and always learn. Because a lot of kids today, they too cool, you know what I mean? Instead of with me, when I was growing up, I used to ask questions all the time, you know what I mean? Because I remember Coach McCaffrey told me there's no such thing as dumb question. I mean, that's facts. You can ask a dumb question, you know what I mean? There's no such. If you want to learn, there's no such thing as dumb question.
No cap.
So if you want to learn, if it might be dumb to whoever you ask, but to you.
You needed to know. You needed to know because you was ignorant.
Exactly. So, I mean, those are the things, man, and just work your butt off, man. Just keep working because the hard work is going to pay off sooner or later. And never get down on yourself because you're going to go through up and down. Man, just stay on the course, keep working, control. Like I said earlier, control what you can control, and everything else going to take care of itself.
Peter Job. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
For coming on, man. We appreciate you.
Let me know if you're gonna.
We support you. Oh,
some bars.
We got you. Yeah, you got. Oh no freestyle, freestyle. Okay. I would tell you to shout your social media out, but everybody know where to find you at on social media.
I'll probably shout out to Ryan Smith. You know what I mean? Who work AI.
Okay.
And then also Engineer Performance. You know what I mean? They in Ankeny. That's where I go when I take care of my body when I'm in town. And then Chris Hot Yoga, and then also Good Vibes. And Good Vibes here for yoga. Yoga's big. It's big for basketball.
Big for basketball. Big for football too. Golf. All that.
And Go Valley. You know.
Valley Tigers. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Never wraps up another episode of the Mantra King podcast. Till next time, y'all. Be brazy.
No freestyle.